Hey guys, here's a quick tutorial on how to set up the chat thread mobile plugin. So what you want to do first is to install the plugin chat thread for Bubble Mobile. So after then you would have access to this chat thread element and this events we're going to be talking about soon. Okay, so now I'll just get rid of this. You want to find the chat thread element, and before then make sure that your page view type is set to not scrollable. Okay, not scrollable, very important. And then I'm just going to be expanding the element. Okay, main width to 0, main height to 0, and no max width or max height. Okay, so after then I'm going to be passing in the necessary data. And before then I just want you guys to see what my data base look like, my data type. So I have a message data type here, and I have this field which is avatar, document URLs, sender ID, and text. Okay, so this is the minimum fields you should have to customize the plugin properly. Feel free to have any other fields. Okay, so data type will be messages. Data source, I'm just going to be doing a search for message. I'm not going to be adding any constraint for now. Okay, I'm just going to be pulling in all my messages. Okay, now you're passing the fields, and these are the fields I'm talking about here, these fields here. So pass them in. So the message will actually be the message text, the avatar will be the avatar, sender ID would be sender ID. Okay, message date will be creation date, and attachments would be document URLs. Now for current user ID, I'm just going to be passing in the current user unique ID. It's important to be logged in and actually pass this in. Okay, so this is the field we are using to dynamically set this message bubbles, the alignment where user message applies here and the recipient message appears on this other part. Otherwise everything is just going to be aligned to the left, which is not what you want. So you want to be signed in and passing the current user unique ID here. Okay, here upload endpoint is just the home URL, your app's home URL / file upload. So it looks like this. I'm just going to be copying mine and I'm going to be pasting it here. As you can see, I'm on version test. I'm just going to be putting / file upload, right? But here you want it to be dynamic, right? Because I'm on dev now. You want it to work on live and dev. So ideally what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this one now, use the isn't live version, and then format as text. So if it is not live, I would pass in the text, my development URL, and if it is live, I'll pass in the live URL here. So here I'm just going to clear this one. Since I'm on test, I'm just going to put add code to the test like this. But in all cases, make sure you have this file upload path at the end of it. Okay, so here we just have other customization, which is the placeholder text, that is the input placeholder text. Okay, so you can change it to whatever you want, changing it to something like message, and it will be updated. Now here the recipient's name will be the name that would appear here. That is the name of the person you are messaging, or the name of the person the user, the current user is messaging. So their name, you pass it in here, and their avatar too, which will be this. Okay, here in the attachment section you can enable or disable file upload. So we have picture upload, which will enable picture upload, where you can upload files from your phone. And for picture upload, it takes you to the file explorer where you can upload files. So they can be disabled, and when they are disabled, it just disappears here, and you can also enable them. Okay, so for the color sections, these are just the color sections. So we have two modes, which is the light mode and the dark mode. Okay, so I'm just going to be going with the light mode for now. Okay, so let's quickly talk about how to actually send messages. Okay, and that will take us to the event. Okay, so we have 4 events here, which is a chat thread message is sent, um, menu is clicked, message is clicked, uploads are completed. Okay, so let's quickly go through the messages sent, because this is the element that actually enables you to send message. So it fires when this is clicked, when the send button is clicked. So when the send button is clicked, what you want to do is to actually create a message, right? To create a message. So I'm just going to be adding that event here, and that will be message is sent, and I want to create a new thing, and what I want to create is message. I'm going to be adding all my fields except for the documents, the attachments, which could be photos or documents. Okay, we're going to be talking about how to attach documents a bit later. So for the avatar, it will just be the current user profile picture, or depending on how you set up your database, it could be the current message creator profile picture, which is actually the same thing, right? It's evaluating to the same thing. So I'm just going to be saying current user avatar. Okay, so sender ID will just be current user unique ID. Okay, and the text will just be the message text itself, which is what the user actually typed into this multi-line input. Okay, so I want to click on this, and you can access that text within this plugin state. So that will just be this chat thread message. Okay, so what happens is when I click that button, okay, a message is created, and we're just going to be previewing that. Okay, so as you can see, I have some messages here before. Okay, I have some messages here before, and when so something like hello, so when this is clicked, that event is fired and message is created. So I'm just going to write a message here, and the message is created. Okay, so now let's really talk about how to add files. Okay, because you can actually add files too, which looks something like this. Okay, but how to do that? You're going to be using the another event, which is uploads are completed. Okay, so when upload is complete, that is when the user uploads files or documents and the uploads are complete, you want to attach it to a particular message. Okay, so what you want to do is when that happens, you want to make changes to a thing. Okay, and what you want to make changes to is that particular message thread. Okay, so I want to do a search for message, and I'm going to be referring to the last item. Now you can make your constraints more targeted, okay, to make sure that you're actually changing that last message. Okay, but for this tutorial purpose, I'm just going to be making change to the last message. Okay, so what I'm going to be changing here is actually the documents URLs, and I'm going to be referring to this chat thread saved URLs. So what happens is when you upload a file, it is uploaded to Bubble CDN, and those URLs are sent back to the plugin, and it is saved in this state, which is this chat thread saved URL as a comma separated text. Okay, so that is why your message document URL must just be a text and not a list of text. Okay, it must just be a text. Okay, so let's just preview that now. Okay, so now I'm going to be uploading some files. Okay, by the way, I deleted some messages so that we can have room to see what's going on here. But on mobile, it's going to be scrollable. Okay, so I'm just going to say here are the files. Then I'm going to be attaching some pictures. I'm going to be attaching these 3 pictures. Okay, and you can also preview them. You can remove them before uploading them. So I'm just going to remove this one, leaving this two, and click on the send button. Okay, so when you click on that, the message is sent and file upload is completed. Event is also fired, and then it attaches it to this particular message. So you can click on them to open it and see what it looks like. Okay, it looks much better on mobile, by the way, and you can actually swipe left and right on mobile too, but I can't do that on web. Okay, so we also have other events, which is um, this one here, which is this one. Menu is clicked and message is clicked. So you might want to fire some events when that happens, and this is the menu button here. You might want to have some kind of drop down here when this one is clicked. So when this is clicked, that event is fired, and also when the message is clicked, um, the message clicked event is also fired. And when the message is clicked, you can actually access states like the clicked message, which is the message text itself, and the unique ID. Okay, so I'm going to be previewing this on Bubble Go to really see how it's going to look like on your mobile phone, because the web does not really do justice to the display. Okay. Okay, so now I'm on Bubble Go and I'm testing with two phones actually. So I'm just going to be typing something, hello, and then the message is sent, and I'm going to be replying with the other phone. I'm good. And then I'm going to be sending the document with that other phone. I'm going to be sending a picture with that other phone. Okay, so I'm attaching a picture, and then that picture is sent. So that's how the plugin works just like your normal chat component. Yeah, thanks.